Whale, 9-metre-long whale spotted off the Dorset coast. Experts are closely monitoring the health of a 9-metre whale spotted off the Dorset coast. It's been seen swimming between Bournemouth Pier and Branksome over the last 4 days. It's now thought to have moved further offshore. The whale is a northern bottlenose, which is normally found in the deeper North Atlantic, so this is pretty unusual. The northern bottlenose feed mainly on deep water squid. They usually form social groups up to 10 strong, and they live up to 40 years. Boats are being urged to stay clear of the whale, which has been nicknamed Gilbert. Marine experts have been trying to find the whale today to assess its condition. So let's cross now to our reporter Bryony Leyland. She's at Branksome Chine for us tonight. Bryony, what details have you got so far tonight?
Well, Gilbert the whale may be a big whale, 9 metres in length, but he's keeping a pretty low profile, as the people along the beach here who are doing some whale watching are discovering. He's spending most of his time under the water. Now, the conservationists say that's a good sign. It indicates that he's feeding, but he's not making it easy for people who want to keep an eye on him.
The whale was first spotted off the coast at Branksome by a lifeguard, whose own nickname of Gilbert has now been passed on to a creature whose presence took the Baywatchers by surprise.
We had a camera on us, so we took a photo of it and then passed it on to some people who know about that. And yeah, they identified it as the northern bottlenose whale.
Concerned about Gilbert the whale's well-being, conservationists set out this morning to try to get a closer look.
The animal's in shallow water here off of Poole Bay, and really today's mission is to go out and have a look at the animal, try and assess its condition, whether there's any problem with the animal or not, and also whether there's anything we can do to help assist that animal.
For more than an hour, we scanned the seas for a glimpse of Gilbert, but he proved to be elusive. When he came up for air, it was a case of blink and you miss it, and I'm afraid we missed it, though Trevor did spot him and was encouraged.
It's very, very violent exhale, very sharp inhale there, which is really good, which is a good sign.
Keen not to stress the whale, the team decided to head for home, hopeful that Gilbert's surprise visit to the south coast will turn out simply to be a staging post on his journey.
Well, with me is Trevor Weeks, who you saw in the film there. Now, Trevor, you told me that the signs were encouraging when you glimpsed him. How encouraging? Because it's not a good place for a whale to be.
No, they certainly shouldn't be in shallow locations like this, but certainly the breathing, which was very explosive, and then a quick intake, was very good, very quick response. And also the fact that he was able to propel himself out of the water and land again by his tail is a really encouraging sign.
People will remember 3 years ago, same kind of whale became stranded in the Thames. That didn't end up happily. It rarely does it, when they become stranded?
No, this particular species is notorious for having problems when they strand, and also a lot of them get lost with navigational error coming down into the North Sea or up from the Bay of Biscay, and as a result of that, with difficulty finding food, they get dehydrated, emaciated, and just have all sorts of problems.
So at the moment you're not really quite sure why he's here?
It's very difficult to tell why he's here. It always seems to be this sort of time of year that we get species like this down on this coast that strand. But this isn't really a good location for him. And we're just hoping that people leave him alone and don't take boats out, because that could make him strand.
Trevor, thank you very much for joining us. So for the conservationists here, a watching brief. Back to you, Sally.
Bryony, thank you very much for that. Let's hope Gilbert swims in the right direction. Now, part of Camberley Town